the Coach's Box. I hope we're able to hear everything because we have the blue ball out tonight. And the reason why is because we came straight from, we named this show The Frozen Ropes. And, so the reason why we named it The Frozen Ropes is because we just finally thawed out here. And here's the guys. How you doing, guys?
Doing well.
Warmer.
We're here. That's right. Thawed out a little
now.
bit. We thawed out a little bit.
It's a lot warmer in here right now.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know. It was pretty warm in the fifth inning.
I wouldn't know what from.
It was a show.
Yeah, it was
Bit of
definitely a
fun.
show. If you haven't got a chance to watch the St. Pius X and Herculaneum baseball game, you need to go to
TKDS
TKDS
Sports.
Sports website and
Livestream STL at TKDS Sports.
Now here's the disclaimer on that.
Ray will throw it up.
It'll actually won't be uploaded until later tonight, so it will be up there.
It's worth it.
It's totally worth it.
Totally worth
Here's the
it.
website. You got to go there. Livestreamstl.tkdssports.com. Go in there, pull up the game from today, and check out the video on demand section. And we'll have that. It should be up by, I would say, probably no later than noon tomorrow. It takes me a little while to load that up. So, but heck of a game, guys. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Well,
no
go
experience.
ahead.
You guys called the game.
We
so
called the game, so
I can't if you remember it or not.
Well, I mean, it went
a lot
into
of stuff
extra
happened.
innings. There was.
Who played?
Oh, it was Hergy
There
and
you
Pius.
go.
Pius
There you go.
visiting the Herculean Black Cats.
Okay.
Why is it always a Herky Pius thing, right?
I don't know. People like to get thrown out. They like to get teed up. I don't know.
Right?
yeah.
So you're saying somebody got thrown out tonight?
Two.
Might have been.
Two
multiple.
Three.
Multiple.
well,
Three.
one player, two coaches.
Oh, well, two coaches is what I was meaning.
Player.
One player.
Had to have been from different schools.
No,
right?
all
Oh,
St.
one
Pius.
school.
Really?
Hell,
Yeah.
from the people that care about their education.
What's wrong with that?
And I heard a little rumor that during the JV game, the umpire almost kicked out a JV kid for throwing the bat. So
Is he on a quota?
maybe 5 and you're out, I guess.
Would you know anything about this guy? I don't know. I mean, you guys
He might have thrown me out of a JV game a few years back, maybe like 5.
Summertime?
Oh,
no.
that was my second year or first year coaching.
2017.
Oh, that was my
2017.
second year.
Watching you
But
guys
I'm
try to
sure-
do math is fun.
I was going to say, but I'm sure it was
I
legitimate,
don't
right?
teach math.
I mean, somebody had to be cussing up a storm,
Nope.
or somebody
I
had
didn't
to
even
be
see
bumping
Dirk
the
kick.
umpire,
Nope.
pointing fingers.
Nope.
No
Well,
voice
wait
raising.
a second, hold on.
I couldn't
Getting
even
out
hear
of the
it.
dugout.
Oh, yeah,
Just want to have a conversation.
Oh,
Finally,
conversation.
the second person coach that got to come out of the deck.
The Herculaneum bench had been warned right before that inning started because I don't know what the deal was, but I think it was my son tried to call time on a pitch. He got quick pitch, and he was trying to call time. The umpire didn't give it to him. He wasn't giving anyone time the whole game, and Herky got kind of yelled at about it, and then the next inning it was fire. The fireworks were on.
It was a good time.
It was a great thing to announce.
Yeah, it was good. Hey, and for my first play-by-play,
Yeah, hey, give it up, man. It was awesome.
Yeah, I popped my cherry. It was great.
Right?
So it was,
What did you say? Coach, out.
No, it was.
Second coach, out.
No, we were really trying to figure out what was going on. I'm like,
Somebody just got ejected.
I think Chicozy Cook is now the
Yeah. So
acting
Chicozy
manager.
Cook was now the finished the game as the coach.
So who won?
Pius won 10-9.
Good.
10-9.
So he's 1-0 on his
Yep.
coaching.
There you go. There you go.
in
Just
the
like
8th
that.
inning.
It was a very extra innings,
Extra
and
innings. Hey,
the
both
Herculean
teams.
Blackets had 2 people on in the end of the game and had a chance to win.
Yep, both teams had a chance to win and did not. So it was a good game. It was a lot of fun. It was fun to do. I mean, I had a good time. Jason and I, obviously, it's all back and forth. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I mean,
very
it was
enjoyable.
good stuff. Some great plays made, but I mean, I think it all boiled down to Herculaneum's defense failed miserably at times, and it cost them later on.
I wanted to say that unofficially, I know at one point, because we were looking at it, out of the 10 runs, I think there was only one that was earned.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I think
it's
Dylan
tough.
Black gave up 8 or 9 runs, and only one was earned.
Yeah, and he pitched a heck of a game. Xander Street came in, got the win. He pitched 5 innings, came in bases loaded as a freshman. and
Struck
he got-
out the 2 guys to
Yep.
get out of the inning.
Yep, and
He was our player of the game, by the way.
yeah, he was our
Player of the game.
player of the game. So it was a good, fun game, and but we got to move on to a couple things here. There's a lot to talk about there and dissect.
Before
What,
you
in
do that,
game?
Yeah.
hey, before you do that, Josh Spool is saying, "Hey boys, send me some Brothers Pizza." So there you go.
How about just come down here and
Come down and get some.
dude, hang out. I know you can go to the high school caravan with Jim.
Whoa. Hey now.
Come back
Taking
down.
shots at another
Got to cross the
show.
Merrimack though.
We might get a picture of you and
River to
Kevin.
Bear.
Put it
River to
right
Bear.
here in the dead center of this.
Yeah, a little bitty
Kevin,
picture
right,
here.
You and Kevin
Right-
right here.
Right around Chris's knees. Is that what you're saying?
Don't even go there. Let's stay out of that. My knees are off limits. So
You had to go there.
What-
Hey.
Dude, I
what
know.
we did is we're going to give away a $15 gift certificate to La Pachangas here at Herculaneum, and that link is posted on the comments section on during our stream here. So if you want to enter, you need to do 3 things.
3 simple things.
3 simple things. You need to share our show. So on your own personal Facebook, share it. Annoy people that you or your Facebook friends. It doesn't matter. They're looking at pictures of cats and TikTok. They'll be okay. Somebody might enjoy it, even if you don't. That's one. Go to our Facebook page, the Coach's Box, and like that page. Okay? And then you need to complete the Google form where you put your email address and your first and last name, and that'll enter you a chance to win $15 gift certificate, and we will do our drawing at the end of the show. So be sure to do that. We'll continuously try to update and remind you guys. Hopefully we can do that and get more things going, and continue to reward you guys for listening and hanging out with us every week, because let's face it, if you're doing that, you probably don't have a life. But anyway, we'll take it. We enjoy.
It means you got to sit through trivia like Jarvis and I have to sit through trivia.
I like how you're saying sit through it.
Not far behind you, Coach. Not far
I'm
behind
going to
you.
defend
We need a new-
myself.
we
We've
need a
sat
new
a lot
segment.
more than we have.
Yeah, don't pick a blind guy. It's okay.
Hey,
Don't pick the blind guy. So
Weird.
let's jump right into it. The NCAA tournament has been nothing short of awesome, I think. I just love the upsets. I like the fact that we've had some really strong mid-majors that have made a good run, and I do like the teams that we have in the Final Four. I really do. UCLA is obviously the biggest surprise, considering they were one of the first 4 in. But when you have that shortened season, you get a Kentucky transfer.
Great.
Thanks, Coach Cal.
Yes, very much so.
Apparently,
Apparently, everybody and their brother is in the transfer portal right now.
yeah, that's
Oh my gosh, I was kind
See that?
Smith from Mizzou. Mizzou had 3 or 4 of them.
At
do it.
least.
Wait,
Yeah.
Tennessee Martin has 15 kids in
Did
the
I see
transfer portal.
68%
It was quite a bit.
68%?
It was hundreds.
of
Hundreds.
NCAA
Yeah.
basketball players are in the transfer portal?
Well, you know what?
That's
If you have
incredible.
that chance to do it, the coaches get to move. Why can't the players? Matter of fact, they should probably get a little money. Ed O'Bannon thinks so.
I don't know about that. We won't go
Could-
that far.
That could be.
Now listen here,
topic.
steroids.
That could
All right,
be.
we'll put that on pause.
That could be on. We
Put
could
that on
table that
pause.
for another.
Topic for
We could table
discussion.
that for another show. We don't have to worry
Possibly.
about the
I
blue
had
ball.
3 out of my 4 Final Fours. I had UCLA in the Final Four.
Hold on, what? You
Yes.
did
Not.
not. UCLA in the
Yes, I
Final
did.
Four.
Well, you didn't even get to pick them because you just picked some other random thing.
Maybe I didn't.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
It was an
I
automatic.
couldn't
for
look
them.
at mine for some reason.
You couldn't look at it.
Yeah, look at mine. Where's my
You
Final
didn't.
Four?
You picked BYU to beat them. What?
I was trying to talk it up like I had a chance.
No.
Go Baylor. That's what I said.
So
Go
who's
Baylor.
number one in our little bracket challenge right
I
now?
don't know who's number
This
one.
guy.
This guy.
It's not Miller.
All
It's
over.
not me.
Okay, it's a long ways to go.
Hey,
Go Baylor.
right now I'm kind of hoping for Baylor.
Go Baylor.
Yeah, Baylor wins. I'm going to get second place.
I'm probably like in 100,000.
And
plays.
Danger's going to get first, and then that would be awesome.
Hold on, we have to ask though. We didn't ask last week. I think it's fair that we ask this week. How is Mr. Livestream's brackets doing?
Wah, wah, wah.
Where's your soundbite?
How's Illinois? How's that Fighting Illini?
Hey, we're on to Carolina. That's all I got to say. We're on to
How's
Carolina.
the Big Ten treating you right now, Ray?
Big Ten sucks.
I told you that a long time ago.
So Kevin Haley says 1,000 plus D1 B-ball players
I thought
in
it
the
was
portal out of a 367 D1 schools.
I thought
I'd
it was,
say that's a
lot.
That's a couple.
Well, I'm going to jump. I don't know, me and Miller are the only Mizzou fans. So what's going
I
on
like
with Gonzo
Mizzou.
Martin?
I
Then
don't
why
think
are
it's
these
that.
guys wanting to leave?
I think you had your 5 seniors. I think it was 5, and he had said before, because you got to think this is the whole COVID year. Those 5, he had made it a point to say, you
He
guys
said
need
none
to
of them
go.
were coming back.
Right, you guys need to go. You're a senior. Go on, move on. If you're going to go try and play pro ball, whether it's NBA, overseas, whatever, you need to go take care of your family, take care of yourself.
Right.
But there's 2. There's Pinson that left early. They had issues, and I think they had issues after Christmas. And then Smith, I think that's maybe one of the ones that is a question mark. Now, there was another guy that was at the end of the bench. I think he entered the portal too, but nobody can really
Because he was at the end of the
Because
bench.
Parker, it was
bench.
Parker something or other, yeah.
Yeah.
Parker Brothers.
Yeah.
Parker brother.
That's right.
Part of Monopoly.
Hasbro. Yeah.
He's
So-
really good with Risk.
Yeah.
They say there's one more going to be.
Is there?
One more Mizzou player.
Well, and I don't know if that's because if they're going to try and bring in a bunch of big name transfers or
Well,
what.
they already had a couple that they've already said that they're going to be in, but I don't know.
I just think that the whole COVID thing has really put a crazy spin on college sports.
I'd say
as
so.
far as,
Well, it's the coaches, it's the players, it's the institutions.
yes. agreed.
And it's going to be years. I think it's going to be years until all of this kind of balances itself out and there's some type of normalcy.
I don't think there will be. I honestly don't think there will be, just for the simple fact that if they've allowed it to go on now, they're going to have to continue to allow it to go on. Because I think you can't go back and say, well, we're going to go back into the way we used to do it because, we feel like it's time to make that change. Well, I don't know that you can do that because ultimately, how's that fair to those athletes that are were involved in both sides of it?
And I think it's the transfer. I think the transfer portal is what's going to help balance it out. Because let's take a Mizzou. Let's just say they're 13, 14 on roster. You got the COVID players, right? Okay. You have X amount of scholarships. You're trying to balance it out. Senior, junior, sophomore, freshman classes. You're going to go ahead and say go into the portal. That's fine. And then as a coaching staff say, we are only going to pick up maybe 1 or 2 sophomore, junior transfers. Then we've got a freshman. So I think that's going to help them balance it back out. I think there's going to be kids that are going to be out of luck. And I think you're going to see kids either go JUCO or maybe do the D2, D3 route.
And I also think that a lot of JUCO kids,
That's what's interesting.
Yeah.
That's what's interesting because you are going to have, if you're a JUCO, you're a player, you're trying to move on to the next level. Now, everybody wants to go D1 when you go JUCO, but that's not the end-all, be-all. You get a lot of people who go D2, but that's the thing. So now, as a junior college program, you have 3 grades, potentially 3 grade levels, and that's where your rosters start to balloon.
Yep.
And let's look at, if you haven't watched Last Chance U on Netflix, go ahead and do it. But what's interesting is that the California, because the teams out in California, they didn't even have a basketball season this year.
right.
So I think that's going to be interesting going forward, especially the JUCO route.
Well, and you also think about what about those Ivy League teams and kids that didn't even play.
Well, they're in the Ivy League and they're getting an Ivy League education and degree. I think they're fine.
But
I think they're fine.
I mean, do you think that they're going to be allowed to another year of eligibility if they went into the transfer portal?
I think you would have to. I mean, it's not the kid's fault.
I mean,
It's
that's
not
true.
the kid-
Don't
it's
blame the
not-
kids.
can't-
It's all about the kids.
It's all about the kids. I mean, you can't blame the kids for a conference decision.
Right.
You made your decision to go there.
Well, I hear you.
I'm just saying.
I just think
I
it's going
don't.
to change
I don't
lives.
see those kids though, unless it's grad school, unless they're grad.
Right.
I don't see them transferring because if you are going to a Yale, you are going to a Harvard. I don't necessarily think you are one that's maybe going to the NBA or going pro in another sport. So you're probably going to stay.
another
I think that
You've seen the
Six-
commercials.
yeah.
I really think this is going to put a huge impact on high school sports and high school athletes that are wanting to try to play at the next
I'd
level.
say recruiting. Yeah.
And I say that for three reasons really. You know, Division II, Division III, NAIA schools are going to get a lot of those JUCO kids that have thought of, have an opportunity to make it up to Division I, and now they're going to go and we're playing the D3 stuff. And I think you're going to see though more kids wanting to compete for a national title at Division II and Division III. And I think that's going to change the recruiting aspect of it tremendously. The other thing that I think is we've now taken these kids that haven't got to be able to play just in front of college coaches for 2 years now. They've completely lost all opportunity to play at that next level, and that just really to me, it stinks for those kids. And the third thing I think is you'll be interested to see how the coaching aspect of recruiting goes now that you have so many options to pick and choose from kids all over now.
Well-
everybody's recruiting everybody now. So
And we say our motto is, I know if it's up there, we're going to call it like we see it. Here's the thing. We've had kids over our 10 years of teaching, and we've had families that, well, we didn't even know there was such thing as NAIA or D3 or D2.
Yeah.
And it's like, yes, there are dozens of schools in the state of Missouri that's not named Mizzou or SLU or SEMO or Missouri State. And yes, there are all kinds of options.
Yes.
There are all kinds of options. So maybe a silver lining is you get those types of kids that want to try and go to the next level. Maybe they look for an NAIA school. Maybe they look for a D3.
and then you got some of those kids that maybe are kind of like on the verge, and next 2 or 3 years could possibly be the opposite effect of that in Division III and NAIA. I think you're going to see a lot of kids that maybe are on that verge of, probably aren't at that caliber, but they're going to be able to get a scholarship because these Division IIIs are struggling to find kids right now with all this transfer portal stuff. And you're going to see some kids
And those
playing in
schools
Division
are
III.
struggling because it ain't cheap to go to those schools
No,
anymore.
it's not.
I graduated from Central Methodist, and it's over double, almost close to being triple what I paid to go to school. I'm like,
Yeah.
State school's cheaper.
It's
Yeah, I
but,
mean, it is.
but go look at Mizzou. That ain't cheap. That ain't cheap.
None of them are.
But see, I think
Which
that's
goes
gonna
to
be
a
a change.
which goes to a point. And here's another one for all the parents out there. I'll say this: take a guess how much money last 2018, 2019 on average, how much unused, if that's grammatically correct, unused scholarship money is out there nationally in the United States. Take a guess.
probably
Carry the one.
Carry the one.
A lot.
$9 million.
Close. Over 3 billion
Holy moly.
with a B. So if you want to go to college,
$9 million.
yeah. If you want to go to college, the money's out there for you. The money is out there for you. So kids, parents, whatever,
Fill out that stuff.
fill out the scholarship. It's just a matter
It's
of
your
effort.
money.
It's yeah.
You need it
there's-
now.
Yeah.
You got it.
Well, hey, just people gotta do it.
Yeah.
That's all there is to
I'm
it.
just telling my kids, get a 36.
Oh, the ACT is important.
Get a 36.
By the way, fun stat: when they said that they're going to allow anybody, even if the ACT was last year, if those kids, any of them that were Division I athletes
Yeah.
that they allowed in and waived the ACT requirement, 100% of them dropped out
Yes. Yes.
of Division I athletes.
Huh.
When they waived the ACT requirement,
Huh.
the 100% of those kids that they let in,
I read that. I read that.
Is
Wow,
that might be a new? That might be a new
Incredible.
new low.
topic. No, new
Low
topic for
period.
a new show.
But anyway, let's real quick.
all right.
Let's get back to the Final Four. Okay, so in our matchups, we have the surprise UCLA Bruins against the heavily favored Gonzaga
Man,
Bulldogs.
how good did they look? They looked bored
They looked
against
bored.
USC.
They were bored.
And they still just wiped the floor with them.
They had
I was bored.
It was just a
Watching the game.
clinic.
Are they a mid-major?
No.
They're playing in the West Coast. Who gives a rat's
I know.
conference?
I know.
Well, I'll tell you,
Well, and a
They-
lot of people thought that would keep them from doing
and
that.
I think that's the key thing. But I mean, he does a phenomenal job there of coaching those kids. I mean, you got to look at what he's got as far as talent for talent. I mean, I think he's really coached those kids to understanding of his philosophy. And I think
you know,
that's
you go
Are they
years-
5 stars? I don't think they're
No.
5 stars.
No.
Are they 4 stars?
The Suns
I don't
kid's
know.
really good.
Hey,
Yes.
yeah, he is.
Well, heck, he
definitely
was
good.
He's a
D1
threat.
football.
No,
too.
the freshman kid is a 5-star guy,
Is
right?
it?
He
I
might
don't
be
know.
the only one they have, but yeah,
They're
'cause-
not McDonald All-Americans lined up going to Duke and Kentucky and the other
No.
Blue Bloods, right?
But you know, it wasn't too long ago that everybody called them the choke artists because they couldn't get past the Elite Eight. And they, oh, you beat everybody who, the Sisters of the Blind in your conference.
Right.
And you know what? They tried to schedule the powerhouse schools. Nobody wants a piece of that.
It's a lose-lose situation if you're those power
So it's the
schools.
same thing as a big school in high school playing a small school.
Exactly.
You're So what they should do is they should try to join the Pac-12.
They should.
I think they would. I
That's
think
what
they
we
would
talked
benefit.
about.
Yeah.
That's what we talked.
I
But
mean,
I think-
they let Creighton into the Big East. They let Wichita State into the Big East, right? How the hell is Wichita State and Creighton, in Middle America, in the
How's
Big East?
Mizzou and the SEC.
Well, because they're at least attached to.
How's Nebraska and the Big Ten? I mean, that's
I can
Anything
go
they
with
should
that.
have should have been in
Iowa. But anyway, I mean, I think Gonzaga. I don't even know what the money line is on that one.
not
Where are
much. Not much.
Board, no. But
Board,
no,
no.
I think it's.
It's
I think it's
probably one
9.
of the-
I think it's 9.
It's probably one of those where you got to put in 100 just to win back like 20 or something.
I
don't know.
think the last I heard it was Gonzaga 9 points. Now the other one's kind of an interesting game. I think
Boy,
Baylor
that's-
Houston's going to be a fun one to watch.
Yeah.
I forgot Kelvin Sampson was the coach in Houston.
I like the way Baylor's playing.
Yeah.
I
Like the
really-
guards.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, we
Really
say
good.
that.
That kid is
Show.
freaking quick. Smith kid, isn't it?
Yeah.
Holy smokes! That move, that hesitation move
Oh,
that
yeah.
he put on, it just froze him, and he's moving. It looks like nobody else is moving.
Yeah.
He just kind of looked and just hesitated. And just he's got a gear that
I like the
nobody
story
can
of
touch.
Houston, though, and the way they've been playing and the excitement with all those kids.
Are they a mid-major?
Houston, what are they in the
American who gives a
Cup?
crap conference?
I guess by definition,
They're not a Power 5.
it's not a Power
I mean, you
Five.
gotta-
But it's not a Ohio Valley, or it's not a.
No, it's not Ohio Valley.
I
Good
mean,
God.
it's
Well,
not.
you look at all these.
Murray
You look
State.
at the 4 of these teams. There's not a true blue blood team.
No, I mean,
UCLA
it's,
was way, but
They haven't been
They
in.
haven't been in a long time.
They haven't been
And-
since Ben Howland was the coach, and they had
Right.
Kevin Love and Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
So I think
And-
to me that's the big thing that you take away from this year, and we all talked about it. I think that you were going to see these kind of teams getting there to the Final Four and competing for a national title.
I would be curious to see their roster and to see are they upperclassmen, they're heavily senior laden, junior laden, compared to like I said, the other schools that are out.
Well, I think, I mean, it's going to be really fun to watch how these guys all clash and end up playing. Who do you guys got? UCLA, Gonzaga. Who are you taking? Who are you taking, Jay?
Gonzaga.
got the Zags.
Zag. Well,
I think
Zag's in
so.
our tournament, you know, in our little bracket challenge.
Well, on one of my brackets, I have Baylor. So Baylor.
Hey, I'm
Houston.
going with Lawrence Crodinger's Baylor.
Well, okay, we're talking about UCLA and Gonzaga.
Baylor. I'm on the new. It's new. I don't care what anybody else says. It's Baylor.
Hey, how about your picks on your real brackets?
Hey, we're not going to talk about the past.
Go Big Ten. Go Big Ten.
We're not going to talk about the past.
All right.
What were you wanting to know about the roster?
Just
Houston?
the,
You can't pull Mark McGuire.
Well,
right here.
just all of the rosters. What's their grade breakdown? Are they a bunch of junior seniors?
I'm
Are
looking
they,
at Houston. They got redshirt senior, freshman, sophomore, redshirt sophomore, freshman, redshirt freshman, junior, redshirt junior, senior, freshman,
that's what we
redshirt
talked
senior.
about beginning of the season, right? When Kentucky and Duke were struggling early on, and they were giving us crap about it. It's like, well, you know, we said COVID in practice and lack thereof.
Makes a big
Yeah.
difference.
Yes, it does.
You know, and the other matchup,
Baylor,
Baylor, Houston.
Who you got, Jay?
I'm gonna go with Baylor, but I want Houston to win.
I'm definitely going Baylor.
Hey,
I think Baylor's gonna win.
I'm ride or die with Houston. They win.
Winner.
You're looking for the money because you're in first place.
Yeah.
Hey.
And so who you say is going to win the whole thing?
Gonzaga. That's who's on the bracket.
Oh, Gonzaga's winning.
Baylor.
Baylor.
I think it's going to be a hell of a game.
Now, I think
Scoring
hold on.
season.
I'm going
Go
Gonzaga.
different. Go different.
Undefeated this season.
Go.
Yeah.
What's the score? What's the score?
What I picked,
I
that
think.
one.
I think. Let's say it is a Gonzaga Baylor.
It's going to be in the 60s.
I think it's going to be a low scoring game.
That's not low scoring, but
60s.
no, Big Ten is low scoring.
That's
So
for a
you're
national
scoring
title in the
40 and
60s?
50.
I think it. Yeah,
Zaga
it's
plays more up and down, so does Baylor.
It's definitely in. I think it's in the 50s.
No way. It's
No,
within the
I'd
70s.
say we would be lucky if it's in the 70s.
I think it will be.
Probably upper 60s. I think you get
70s.
70s.
Well, they got to both get there and see what happens.
Yeah.
Well, we're just making predictions.
I'm just reading.
We don't know.
I'm reading a lot of
look
stuff
at our brackets.
on
We don't know
Houston.
anything. Jeez.
That is true.
Yeah. Well, there is a chance that you can win.
So the biggest surprise of the entire tournament,
Oral Roberts?
Gotta be
Oral
Oral
Roberts,
Roberts.
I'll take
I
that.
think Oregon State. I think Oregon State's the biggest
Going
surprise.
from preseason in the 10th
last.
year?
They were last place. They're considered
Oral
last place.
Roberts beat Ohio State, and then they beat Florida.
Yeah.
Then
I still
they're
think,
one shot away, basically,
Yeah, from beating Arkansas.
beating Arkansas.
I mean, they could easily been in the Elite Eight. Easily.
Oregon State could have knocked them in the Final Four. They had a terrible start to the last game. They were below
Kentucky.
5 minutes. They did good. They sitting at home taking a naps. He's out on a recruiting trail, finding somebody to play for him next year.
How about them Blue Devils? How about
Yeah,
Duke?
maybe he should
How about
hit
Duke?
up the transfer portal.
Hey, buddy.
No, those guys are too old. He likes them young, don't he?
Nothing wrong with that.
One and done. I wish they'd get rid of that rule, though.
The one and done it.
I wish they'd get rid of
It's
that.
another topic for
I know.
another time.
That's sad.
All right, well, this is about time for us to take a break, but when we come
can
back,
we come back and talk about Matt Carpenter?
so a little foreshadowing here.
Breaking news.
Yeah, we'll be talking a little bit about Cardinals baseball. Now we have a
Opening
final
day.
roster and some more national sports. So we'll see you guys when we get back. Ray can cue the music. Can't hear it. Yeah, we got the blue ball.
Check us out, Blue Ball.
All right, watching the coaches box for live stream STL.
I do this for the love of the kids. I do it for the love of the coaches and the ADs because there's not enough high school coverage in the St. Louis area. There's just not. Once again, I get to keep my relationships with guys like you and a lot of the other great coaches and administrators and former athletes, and that's one of the cool things that we're going to do here too. Is I've been fortunate covering some great coaches and great kids, but the Caravan is. I wasn't letting it die, and sure enough, we're here now, and the reboot is in full effect.
Tell us we can't, and we'll prove you wrong. Knock us down, and we'll get right back up. Call us risk takers, misfits, bad boys. But we know what we want, and it feels like American muscle, looks like advanced engineering, and smells like fresh, cut grass. Bad boy, mow with an attitude.
We hope you're enjoying tonight's presentation. Take advantage of the HD experience here with Livestream STL by going to the TKDS Sports Network app. Download the app and subscribe by going to videos.tkdssports.com. That'll get you access onto our TKDS Sports app, Roku, and Fire Stick. And thanks so much for your support of Livestream STL.
This Livestream STL has been a huge asset for Jefferson County sports, in my opinion. I mean, getting these athletes the camaraderie that they're out there and people can see them. I mean, to be honest with you, I got a call from a coach yesterday about one of my athletes that said that they saw some of her games on Livestream STL.
Awesome.
So, I mean, that right there instilled to me that this is important. This is important for those kids. And so, I think it's great, and I wish you guys the best. And if you're out there and you want to sponsor, this is a great opportunity for kids to support kids of our local kids and get them support and get them acknowledgement out there, because we have a lot of great athletes in this county.
Well, we appreciate that. And at the end of the day, our mission is much the same as your missions, coaches, to help shine a light on these kids. And get them exposure and get their name out there and help them. And if they can advance, they're better off, we're better off as a community, and that's why we're here.
For fine Mexican cuisine,
a family atmosphere,
any place to watch your local sport teams. Come out to La Pechangas.
check out our 4 locations: Arnold, Herculaneum, Crystal City, and Bonter.
Come out to La Pechanga.
We are back for round 2 here of the Coach's Box here, and before we get started, just let everybody know we've got baseball advertising opportunities wide open here. We're looking for a couple of advertisers for our pregame and our postgame shows. So if you're interested in helping us out with that, give us a call, 314-852-4398, or live stream STL at Outlook.com. And we're going to roll right here back with the boys. Take it away, my friends.
Well, I guess we'll get into it since I know Jason really wants to talk about Matt Carpenter.
Are they really going to start him at second base?
I don't think they're going to start him at second base.
Not going to start him
I
at
think he's
second
going to be a
base.
backup.
Oh, he needs to be off the team.
Why? You don't
It's
like
terrible.
his salsa? Why are you judging?
He got an RBI. What else you want
What
from
can
the guy?
he do? He can't hit. He can't field. He can't throw.
He can make some salsa, by golly, though. He's got some maybe good salsa.
Hey, he
What
kills
does he have on?
He kills a lot of
he has
gnats.
that contract.
Yeah, he has a contract. You're paying him.
Might as well let
Hey,
him play.
hey,
You can't pay
they
him
never
and
gonna
send
play
him
him
on
so
the
he
bench.
gets hurt, and then they say he's hurt, and bye-bye.
that
it-
could be it. Game number 1.
Tommy Edman is going to start second. Okay, which I think he's probably the X factor here. If Tommy Edman has a good season, he's getting on base, and obviously you have to have people get on base, and then you drive them in.
Yeah.
Pretty simple. Yeah, so I'm kind of excited, hesitantly optimistic.
You talk about Edmund, and I think there's two guys, and we're going to say Edmund, going to be a leadoff. They talked in other formats about him being backup center fielder, backup shortstop. Here, I think, in my opinion, who the biggest X factor is for the Cardinals this year, outside of pitching staff, everyday players, is Paul DeYoung.
That's what I said. Yeah.
He has to, because I'm going to go out on a limb right here, right now, and say, just like every other new Cardinal free agent that comes in, Arenado is going to have a good season, but being it's his first year, a good season would be 26 and a half home runs, 75 to 80 RBIs. If you were asking him to hit 30 plus home runs and 100 plus RBIs, it's not going to happen in year one. There's a transition period that everybody has to go through when you get a new job, and I just don't see that happening. But I think that's another reason why Paul DeYoung has to have a good year. He has to hit behind Arenado. O'Neill, I think, has to, but I think more than anything, Paul DeYoung, he's got to be that one that's going to hit 25 plus homers, another 75, 80 RBIs to go with Goldschmidt and Arenado.
I don't know if Deion will do it.
Well, I think that as far as where he's going to be in the lineup is going to be key. And where they put him in the lineup.
Talking about DeYoung?
Yeah. I think that's going to be the most important factor of the whole thing is where he's at in the lineup and how those other guys ahead of him or behind him are playing and doing.
Well, obviously, it's going to affect production. It's going to affect
It's
how
going
he's
to really
being pitched.
Yes, and it's going to really affect him mentally because he's one of those streaky players to begin with.
Do you put him at 5 or 6? Because here's what I'm going to tell you. You want production from O'Neill. You got it. But if you put DeYoung at 6, who's 7-8? I mean, Yachty?
Yachty's
7.
7.
And then
Your leftover outfielder, which right now would be Justin Williams. I still think you bat Edman, Carlson, Goldschmidt, Arenado.
I think they're doing that. I do too.
I know, because we're going to do some of this stupid poop.
What do you guys think about the John Nowalski or whatever?
Nagowski.
Yeah, the Godfather?
Yeah, the Godfather.
Because he led the team in hitting, on base percentage, RBIs.
They're going to play
Hey,
him in
can he get
right
on
some,
base?
I think. Or right.
You gotta get on base.
Can you go
Play him in right some.
What's his WAR right now, Zach? Let's talk about stats that nobody cares
0 because they haven't played a game yet that matters. That's
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
I know,
When
I
is
think
that?
that's
When's that start?
It starts tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Opening day tomorrow.
Hey, all I know is I know Cincinnati, history, sports class, right? I know Cincinnati always gets a home game because they were the first professional. Ray, there's one for you. Back in the 1800s. Cincinnati being
right
the
on
first
Ray's
Write it down for Zach
first
McVay.
professional team, right?
Yeah.
But here's what I don't like. When's the last time Cardinals has had an opening day home game?
Open day.
Oh, it's been
It's
for-
been
it's a
years.
while.
It's been about
It's
7 years.
I know this is, I think, out of COVID season, I don't know, but back to back in Cincinnati. This year.
Don't
not
we always
COVID
open
season.
up in Cincinnati?
Seems like we do.
Feels
Cincinnati or Pittsburgh.
Seems like it.
Well, anyway, I'm taking off on Cardinals home opening day.
I'm off.
Oh, dude,
home
Coach's
day.
Box.
Home day.
What is it?
April
Coming
8th, I
up.
think.
Coming up.
Coach's
Coach's
Box
Box
live
April.
from downtown
Hey,
St. Louis.
oh, I gotta tell you,
Someone's truck.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not going.
I have an announcement, maybe.
Uh-oh. Wait
So,
for it.
I'm working with an undisclosed source right now
Jim.
no, I'm working with an undisclosed source to where we may be streaming a game. We may be streaming a game at Busch Stadium. How about
It may
that?
not be a Cardinals game. It might be a.
No, it's not. It's going
High
to be
school
it's
game.
going to be undisclosed Jefferson County team possibly, but we're working on getting the proper permits and all that fun stuff and all that crazy stuff to get ourselves in there for.
Contact Dr. Sam Page.
That particular thing right there, I'm gonna have to plead the fifth on. So it is what it is.
You're a big, fat, curly-headed.
So there you go.
So anyway,
Stay tuned.
So I'm kind of curious on how Nagowski will do. I hope he does well. I liked his approach at the plate. He looks at a lot of pitches. He draws walks.
Yeah.
He doesn't strike out. He's a throwback player.
We've talked the last several years about the Cardinals pitching being their strength. We better score runs this year, fellas. We better score runs in bunches this year.
It's going to have to happen. Our pitching's not going to be there.
I think if we can get sixth inning on with the lead, we'll be fine. But I think the 2-1, 3-2 contest.
So, is the three outfielders starting on opening day going to be O'Neill, Carlson, and Williams?
I believe so, unless they start Nagowski out there.
I want Nagowski out there.
I think Williams
Who's
is
your fifth? Dean.
Dean. Well, he plays first too.
You
He does play first.
Yeah, but you have Carpenter to back that up.
Back
his
what
spot.
up?
Back up first,
The bad boy?
second, and
his
third.
I mean,
And emergency catcher. And hey, who knows what else?
everything.
Spot.
I can't stand Carpenter.
Catcher.
I used to like Carpenter, but I don't like him anymore. I don't like.
I used to like
he
him.
has something on somebody.
It's called 18.
18
He's got
million.
18 million something.
Screw the 18 million.
Okay, I'm pretty sure that won't ever happen. They're gonna have to at least do something with the contract.
Yeah.
Well, they're stupid.
I mean, I'm not going to disagree. I think it was a terrible extension.
Oh,
Absolutely terrible.
They
Should have
extended
traded
him
him when
on-
his value was so high it wasn't even funny. Because he was what, 30 when he had that? When
He had 1 month. He had one good
Yeah,
month.
he had one really damn good
One
month.
really, really good month.
And he made the
Now,
Cubs look really bad.
and I get it. You want to be loyal. See, that's another thing that, loyalty to your employees has kind of gone away, right? But
not here.
Not here.
I'm just saying, loyalty.
We're going to be loyal to a fault.
I think you can play Carpenter anywhere in the infield.
Even catcher.
I can't wait to watch that throw.
Wait, he's going to come in and pitch. He's dropping the Ephus pitch because that son of a bee isn't going over the plate very fast. With a rubber arm.
I hope they do well.
He'll go with him like 3 or 4 times before it gets there, but
Might swing and miss. Today's baseball, you never
How
know.
long the Godfather left then? Or right, I mean.
The Nogfather?
God, whatever.
What do you think about Daniel Ponce de Leon being in the rotation?
5?
We have depth until you don't have it.
I thought we had to.
Well, you kinda
Exactly,
have to,
because you have to.
because
Oh, you're
Kevin,
such a. You call me a pessimist. This guy, when you talk about Cardinal baseball,
he's the worst when it comes to Cardinal
Yes.
baseball.
I
I
don't
agree.
know about that.
you're the same guy who's not going to get the free ticket. Or you're not going to buy a ticket. You're going to take a free one.
I'll take a free one.
Pessimist. You're right.
Cardinal
Hey, once again, value, right?
If
Did we
steroids
have
were in,
needs?
he'd buy every ticket out there.
You know why? Because we play better. Because we hit better, we throw better, and we definitely would be healthier.
Well,
But
maybe.
think about it. Yeah. But think about it. You have a guy that, look at your rotation. Your number 2 is a guy that's almost 40.
He's like my age.
My age. Yeah.
Our age.
Yeah.
Wainwright?
Yes, as a number 2. As it's fine.
Everything's
Now,
fine.
what's going to happen when it's dog days? And I want him to do well, but
He takes a month off.
What about your ace?
Well, it just depends.
He's a mental midget.
Carlos Martinez is going to win 15 at least. Mark it down. Bam.
Is he going to be your ace?
He's going to win 15 at least.
Because it's a contract year.
Carlos is going to pitch lights out, boys. You're going to hate it.
Carlos
I
is
hate
signing-
it.
Side
no,
bet.
I want him to pitch
Side
lights
bet.
out.
I mean, what?
Side
Carlos
bet.
is
Are you
signing-
willing to put money down
Side
on
bet.
it?
How much?
You said 15.
I said around 15.
You said 15. 15
I'd
over.
play. I'd put money on
15
it.
over.
15 or over, yeah.
All right. We will put some money on it.
You heard it. Oh, you heard it.
go right there now.
On the live stream. I don't know if we can do
Side
that on
bet. We
Facebook,
bet.
Zach,
yeah.
Why not?
Gentleman's bet.
Roxanne, is that your mom? She says you should all just go for Reese's Pieces instead.
Yeah.
There you go. Ice cream.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody wins.
Or and an ice cream. I like that. So
Hey,
Reese's
and
Pieces
I
and an
agree
ice
with
cream.
Kevin Howley right there. No-go, God, whatever we're calling
Nagowski.
Gowski.
Nagowski.
Hazelbaker.
Yeah, Hazelbaker. If he comes out and plays like he did for a year, I'll
Well, if he's producing, you play him.
Yep.
Sorry. That's how I feel about it. No matter if it's John Rodriguez. Remember him?
Yep.
He came out and hit. If he hits, can he hit?
J-Rod.
J-Rod. Name went by the wayside.
Hey, so make sure we make an announcement here in the second segment about the Coach's Box deal. And we'll go ahead and make that announcement.
gift
Give to
card.
those
Oh, the
of
gift
you-
card? Yeah, hey.
Yes.
Get on and sign up for the gift card. We've got the link on the comments section right now for a $15 gift card here to La Pachangas. What you got to do is you got to share the show to your Facebook page. So put it out there on your Facebook page. You need to like our Coach's Box Facebook page and then fill out the form. Fill out the form, you get a chance to win, and we'll draw at the end of the show. And right now we got a whopping 5 people who's done what they should do.
All 5 viewers.
All 5 of you guys are watching. You keep it up.
Man,
I guarantee these five. I like
These are loyal. They do it all the time.
Are loyal.
Yeah, like you don't announce them.
I won't say it, just move that thing over.
Gosh, look at he is.
He's trying to study trivia.
He's grumpy.
It was cold outside tonight, right?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm still cold.
Yeah, I'm so cold too.
Should have brought these extra gloves.
Oh my.
Just go.
Harry,
Just go.
Harry, your hands are freezing.
Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber.
You know,
Yeah, I know.
Okay. All right.
You
I was
guys
gonna
in
say,
their
what are
movies.
these?
What?
That's the only reason why he won one week.
Oh my gosh. All right. So speaking of MLB, Shohei Ohtani, is he going to be able to pitch
No.
and play every day?
Why not?
Ain't done it yet.
Well, I kind of got hurt.
That's what I said. He ain't done it yet.
Well,
Ain't gonna happen.
He's tearing the cover off the ball, hitting.
Did it in last
Babe Ruth
time.
did it.
Different time.
Why?
Different era.
Why?
Because they played and they
Baseball's
didn't.
baseball.
Okay.
Cobb is baseball. Go ahead. Sorry.
Say okay. Talk about a different era. We're in the era of I have a boo boo on my finger now. I need to
Blister.
be, yeah, a
He
boo
came
no,
out
a
for
boo boo.
blister.
I have a boo boo on my finger now. I'm going to be on the 10-day or 15-day DL.
You know-
when all those other guys
You know
are
how-
pitching
Let him back.
back-to-back double headers.
I know that
and-
you think hockey is soccer on ice, but those guys can take a puck to the face and
Miss
break their
17,
jaw.
I
No,
know.
they don't miss any time.
Get stitches
No, I
and
said
come
it-
right back.
come
out.
right back.
Missing 17.
Yeah.
But that's another dumb thing. Why would you not wear a helmet?
So you can see the puck.
You can. Obviously, they're not if they're missing 17.
You know the goalie didn't even
Obviously.
wear. Wait. You know the goalie
I
used to
know.
not wear a mask.
I know that.
So you're saying that now they're big wuss for wearing a
No,
mask?
I'm saying
Being a goalie.
And not wearing a mask.
no, I can't.
Hey,
No.
Hey,
you know how much?
They
You
did
know
it.
how much street cred you get if you were a goalie and didn't wear a
Until you
mask?
smiled.
Hey, wait, you think it
Hey,
matters?
what
are you
talking about?
Talking to girls that talk women like, hey, what are you doing? Like, what do you do? I'm a hockey player. Oh, hi. Because you're, yeah,
Nose
hockey
on the
player.
way, jaw
You
on
can,
the way,
you can get fake teeth.
That's what they call it these
Then you
days.
could get.
Yeah, hockey player.
So,
Sure.
okay, we talked about him pitching and hitting. Lindor,
Yeah.
how much money do you want, bro?
How much money does Steve Cohen have?
Why?
What did he turn down? Did he turn down 340?
10 years, 300, like 47 million.
I think he wanted 380 for
He
12.
countered 385 for 12.
That's insane. No
A
way.
little more job security, right? A little more.
Well,
They say they're going to meet somewhere between those two numbers, is what I'm hearing.
I hope not.
well, Pete Alonso hopes he gets it. So that way he's got a chance of getting some of that.
Well, they won't have any more money to spend
No,
on.
he's got plenty of money.
I was gonna say it's the.
He's got more
Mets.
money than Davy Crockett.
12 years, he'll be Albert Pujols.
I mean,
Look how that's worked out for
Without-
the Angels.
Yeah, but that's also once again bad business decisions. So I mean,
$385 million.
That's a lot of money.
At what point did the owner say, "Yeah, here's our limit"?
When they install the salary cap,
That ain't happening in baseball. Ain't happening.
No, but they can't. They can't until they create parity with the smaller market teams. When you can trade your draft picks, which you can't do in baseball, you can't, which I think is ridiculously stupid.
I know.
Yeah, why can't
I don't know, because baseball is baseball.
the baseball purist wouldn't let it?
Yeah, same reason why the Hall of Fame is like it is. But let's. But I don't think paying Lindor is worth that much. I don't. That's a lot.
Nobody is worth being paid that much.
I mean, but if I'm the Mets, it's one thing. You're New York. You're the center of everything. San Diego, I can see them giving that kind of money to Tatis. They gotta get people to come in there and buy tickets.
What if you were this guy's high school teacher? And he's making that kind of money.
Did he go to high school?
What do you think about that? I got the hiccups. I got it all fired up.
What's this high school teacher got to do with it?
But I'm just saying that making that kind of money. This guy was a high school kid.
I've taught plenty of kids to make more money than me,
but
not on that
much.
state.
Holy
They're doing all the
I
time. They're driving nicer vehicles. They're living in a better house.
I think America's the best country in the world because of capitalism, and that's why. There you go. Because where else would you get $340 million? Not
the Colombian cartel.
Okay, well, you know.
I'm just saying, good ass. I threw it out there. Plenty of other people.
I mean, 85 for 12. And who wants to get a 12?
I won't even make that my whole lifetime.
Do you remember when A-Rod got the 250?
252.
You know what I mean? And everybody's like, "Oh my goodness."
Yeah.
A quarter of $1 billion, and now what is it, 15 or
And
how
what?
many years?
A-Rod now just makes TikToks with Jennifer Lopez.
Nothing wrong with that. Sounds like a great retirement program to me.
Good for A-Rod.
No doubt.
So they're talking about roids.
Obviously, he got somewhere.
I was gonna
You
say.
had to trade the Hall of Fame for it, but you get a lot of money and J-Lo.
Which one do you take?
I'm just saying.
Take it. He got both.
That's what I said. Which one do you take?
Versus the Hall of Fame.
Take them both.
Mine, J-Lo versus the Hall.
So switching over to the other pro sports. The NFL is
big news.
expanding to 17 regular season
You
games.
see Alvin Kamara.
Yeah, he's like stupid. I think it's stupid.
Well,
Really?
but they
I do.
already, but they already knew.
I like it.
They already knew.
Because you're doing away with the dumb preseason
You
game
could do that
nobody-
away, but 16 games is a good round number. Plus,
It's
you've got all
symmetrical.
these guys getting hurt.
Yeah.
You don't need that many games. The league's already watered down as it
It's
is by having
called
30
money.
It's called money.
It's
They make
called
plenty of money.
I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the owners.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
That's what it's about.
Jerry needs more money for his playground that he's building.
Oh, he is.
Geriatric playground. You kidding me? Stop
That's
it.
what it's about.
Jerry, yeah.
That's
Of
what
course
it's
it
Once
is.
again, we live in a capitalism.
Geriatric.
Yay, capitalism, right? Also, some awesome powers right there, right?
Oh my goodness.
Good point. I'll take that one.
But that's what
Anyway.
it comes down to. That's what it comes down
Yeah,
to.
it's so
funny.
there's 17 regular season games.
Would you not rather watch Tom Brady for another week versus
Did
the,
you asking him?
Well, whoever.
I'm about to throw
Would you
I
rather
want to see him hurt.
Mahomes? Would you rather watch Mahomes than some like
Hey,
third, fourth string guy that the game means absolutely?
Kevin Howley says, but you know what? The most important factor of that is Jeff Fisher will never go 7-9 again.
We're not going 7-9. We're not going 8-8. Yeah,
Never again.
I like it.
What was
I
the,
like
what was
it.
the stat you shared?
Oh,
the
was that
Bears.
picture? The Bears and the Jets.
And the Jets.
In the 16-game era. Let me pull it up.
Never
here.
had a
Never had a
4,000 yard
4,000-yard
pass.
QB.
The Lions have.
Yeah, that's interesting.
The
They
Jaguars
traded his butt.
have.
Well,
They traded him.
That's
Awesome.
I tell you who's not getting traded anytime soon.
Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
Wow.
12,
18.
18 now.
18.
Oh, it's
I
up
lost
to
count.
18.
18.
Do you think where there's smoke, there's fire?
Man, he likes the massage parlors.
Yeah, buddy.
I mean, he's looking for some stress relief. A lot of stress to be the quarterback in Houston.
Him and Robert Kraft went to the same.
Probably the same one. Same one. They
What?
all-
Same one that who went to?
Robert Kraft.
That's what I was wondering.
You know, family friends.
What are? Okay, you're Deshaun Watson, right?
Okay, I'm Deshaun Watson.
You can go any bar in Houston and go home with someone. Why do you gotta go to the?
Because it's not a massage.
Yeah, it's not a.
It's not a
Hey,
massage.
that ain't the massage. Wasn't the problem.
Apparently, it wasn't, but that's part of it.
Oh, I got the hiccups again. I thought I got rid of them. Stop it!
I think put him on assignment.
I mean, it's not every one of them is what he thinks it's for.
Okay, listen.
Hold
there's-
on. Here's what I don't know. We haven't said this. I'll say it. I'll be the bad guy.
Oh.
How come he still has a job?
Because
if it was
Ray
other-
Rice punched his wife.
18 allegations. 18. I mean,
Allegations.
You can't. There are allegations. Is why he started.
hold on.
Yeah,
No.
he's making a lot of money.
I believe there's some other people in other sports that they've been booted for less. A lot less.
But they didn't make as much.
Okay. All right.
And the same reason why he didn't cut Matt Carpenter, except he didn't, go to a rub and tug place.
You said it. There it was. That's what I was wondering.
Okay, so the difference between
Next time we see him
and
out,
a
we'll take
massage
him.
therapist.
We'll take him over there.
A masseuse is not a licensed person. A massage therapist is a licensed
I know.
person. Okay. He went to see a masseuse. And another masseuse. And another masseuse.
Well, I know, but not all masseuses are the rub and tug, like you said.
Yeah, buddy.
Magic carpet ride.
Anyway, back on track.
Magic
know.
carpet is gone.
I know. I'm waiting for
The
commercial.
dirty rug.
Dirty rug. The dirty rug.
That upset some people. Not me, but it upset some people.
Sure did.
People I know.
Sure did.
Where else are you gonna dance?
Well,
I
we're
don't
going
care.
to open the bar over here.
I still don't get it. I just don't get when you have that much money, how you get yourselves in situations like this.
Well, think about it. Go back to.
I did. I agree with
Okay,
him.
go back to
Does
DGB.
money buy you
Go back to
happiness?
DGB when he was at Mizzou for a year. 3 years. You had 3 years.
At the end.
3 years of your life that you could have waited to smoke pot, and you were going to be a first-round draft pick, multi-millionaire, set for the rest of your life. You could sit and stay in a dorm room by yourself for 3 years. It's just saying it's any. It's just decision making.
Yeah.
I don't
Hey,
get
listen.
any of it. There's zero sympathy for any of that stuff.
Maybe he just wanted to get high.
I was. I'm gonna go to class.
Well, I mean,
$1 million, but I got high.
I was watching the Michael Vick thing today, and that still amazes me. I was sitting there watching it, going, "What were you thinking,
He
dude?
wasn't.
Why were you allowing everyone under the sun to have a key to your mansion, and then you have all these dogs?"
He likes to have friends over. And they bring their dogs. I thought it was a dog show.
yeah.
I was putting on.
I mean, and I didn't realize it until I was watching it again, how much Michael Vick, he was the NFL at the time.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
How do you just I don't know how you screw it up that bad.
I mean, he just.
I'm dumb. But you're going to give me $158 million. I'm going to find myself a way not to get in trouble.
Look at Kamara in his quote. What did he say? He came out today and said, "I ain't spent any of my NFL money yet." Yep, he's all his sponsors and all that stuff. There you go.
That's what you do.
Oh, he said that?
Yeah, it was one of his quotes. They
Well, he's
asked
the
him-
one that said it was stupid right off the bat when it came out, and then like 101 they were talking about it on another talk show, not as good as this talk show, but they were talking about it and how all the players knew it was coming anyway. They were told by the players union. The players union voted for it.
Yeah.
You didn't want to vote for it.
It was
then
give and take, and I don't remember what they got.
Yeah.
You know, But
Just
I don't
the way
know.
it is.
I like it. I'd rather it's more football and it's more meaningful.
No.
It's more meaningful football.
Yeah, players don't get hurt. Records don't mean anything.
People
now.
are gonna get
That's
I know,
the
you,
other
okay,
that's the other thing I
okay.
hate about
There's
you.
one-
At another game now, people are going to say, well, they broke the
Well, it's
record.
like
But it's no
OJ. It's like
different
OJ
than with
rushing for
big-
2,000 yards in 14 games.
Okay,
And what have you done with 2 more games?
true. It's no different than
Unless he's playing
with
the
Babe
Steelers
Ruth-
at the
with
time.
Babe Ruth and home run record. and
I mean, I agree.
all
That's
that.
why keep adding games. It waters down your nostalgia for the sport.
I understand that.
You don't. You have 32 teams. You
Man,
really don't
16
need 16
games
games.
is enough.
It's good.
I'd agree.
And when you think about how you're gonna make the playoffs, it's you
So-
got to win 12 games.
All
You
right.
gotta win.
So how are you
Yeah,
going
I
to
don't know.
convince an owner then, since you don't want this?
Raise
how are you
ticket
going?
prices.
No, just let me finish. How are you going to convince an owner then that says, you're going to lose a home game? Steroids. They already do that. It's the NFL. How are you going to? You're going to lose a home game, and you're going to lose all that money.
Relocate.
Relocate? No.
Stop having a team
get
in
hit-
Jacksonville. Nobody's coming to watch. You're the Jaguars. You suck. More people show up to watch the college football
That's why
game
I'm
in
at
one
St. Louis,
game.
dude,
They want
ball
everybody
right
in the entire season comes to watch
But
Jacksonville.
who's building? Hello, who's building the next $1 billion stadium at the city you do relocate? And,
Montreal. Put some proteins back in Montreal.
Toronto. Not happening.
I want to see the Expos back.
Won't happen.
We're talking NFL, not
Yeah, you're
baseball.
saying.
Yeah, but answer the
You asked
question.
who's going to
What do
stay.
you, how are you going to
Montreal.
justify that to an owner or ownership? Hey, listen, we need you to lose a percentage of your profit.
Hey, you know where would be a
That's
good place where they could put a team? St. Louis. Thanks, Stan.
No,
You suck.
we
Sorry.
don't have fans that
brought him up.
show up.
Stan Kroenke!
With that comment,
Do we
I
have
think
fans
need to go.
that show up to football?
Yeah,
Of course
even
we
semi-pro
do.
football.
Of course we do.
Yeah,
I
so
said
we
out
take that
football.
back.
So we had the Battle Hawks up there,
I know.
and St. Louis is going crazy.
Semi-pro.
Every game.
Yep.
Well, dude,
Open it
we
up.
supported the Rams. That's all sham. Freaking.
Now he's got his
That was for
little.
him to get more money in LA.
After he's screwed it out of
That's
minorities.
why you let Jeff Fisher stay the coach so dang long.
He made all his money screwing people, minorities and poor people.
Dummy.
Hey, London and Mexico City, that'd be good.
No, I don't think the players.
We're already going over.
Wait,
there now.
when you play Madden, you can relocate a franchise to Mexico City. Why not? And on that, I think we need to go to commercial.
Hit on that.
All right, and when we come
Thanks,
back,
Kevin.
we're gonna
Hit us right to commercial.
we'll do the Crane Cup trivia. I know Zach's excited. Who cares? And we'll go on some controversial topics, and we'll also have our prize drawing. So,
And at the very end, special announcement. You want to tune into this? Good opportunity.
Yep, absolutely. So make sure you guys are watching. We'll see you guys after commercials in the coach's box.
As your local farmer's agent in Crystal City, Missouri, Caleb Nose helps customers like you identify the insurance coverage that best fits your needs. This process is straightforward and personalized to help make you smarter about insurance. Caleb has the knowledge and experience to help you better understand your coverage options, whether that's auto, home, renters, business, life insurance, and more. Give the Caleb Nose Agency a call at 636-933-6333, and he'll be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Jefferson College has affordable degree options for students of all ages. Plus, register before December 11th and you could win a $250 book scholarship or other great prizes. Jefferson College provides safe on-site and online options and many exciting career pathways like humanities, business, social science and public service, math, physics and technology, and science and health. Students who know, go Jeffco. Enroll now at jeffco.edu.
Guys, I've always wanted to ask you this since you're both pitchers. What's your favorite pitch? It's a fastball? Okay, I know. It's a curveball. No? Okay, well, what's your favorite pitch?
Oh, yeah.
Spitball.
The Main Street Sports Show. You never know what we're going to throw at you.
What you guys do for Jefferson County sports, it doesn't go unnoticed by the coaches in all sports.
Yeah,
all
I appreciate
sports.
that.
You know, I have a lot of friends that are head, basketball coaches, and I've been, of course, around Jefferson County all my life and followed all kinds of sports, even before I got into the coaching. So what you guys do to help promote it with the kids is unbelievable, and we appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
For you guys to take your time and what you do is awesome. Just awesome.
Yeah, we try, we work hard, and we think they deserve it. The kids deserve to be able to be seen, and if we can turn out kids in the community to better them, get them in college, and make them a better citizen, that's the key.
Value. Let's talk about value right now. We here at Livestream STL believe that value is key to keeping our community at a high level. Do us a huge favor today. Talk to your athletic director about the value that Livestream STL brings to your school. Talk to your superintendents as well. Let them know that you want Livestream STL in your schools because we bring high levels of value back to your kids. Thanks again for watching the broadcast.
And we are back again for our last round here. We're going to do Cranium Cup Trivia. And before we get started with Cranium Cup Trivia, let me put up the wonderful graphics and all that fun stuff here. So let me get our Cranium Cup Trivia music going here as well. So let's get rid of this music here. There we go. Little down there.
Text answers too.
Text answers too. All right.
Wow.
Wow. Hey, I have breaking news here. Crystal City baseball today beats Kingston 27-0.
Holy moly.
That's
impressive.
That's an impressive ball game, right? 27-0. Just came on our. That's a blowout.
12-12.
That's a blowout.
I don't know.
So there. About that, right?
That's a lot of runs.
When I was teaching Zalma's baseball team was really bad. I wasn't coaching or anything. Orion beat them 64-0
in baseball.
Wow.
That's insane.
5 innings.
Well, there was like a 32-1 in that Jefferson County.
Highest beat the but they put in every kid, and there's a small army. Everybody was playing, and there was 7 kids who never played baseball before.
We were talking about that.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, it was.
That's crazy.
All
right, here we go. Cranium Cup Trivia, question number 1. Hey, close your.
Hey, we're watching him this time.
Yeah, okay.
We're watching him.
We put him in the middle.
He's
of us.
here, so he's on.
Okay.
He's on watch.
Question number 1, golf.
You guys are such
Golf. What is a quote-unquote scratch golfer? What is a scratch golfer? Answer. A golfer who misses the ball? A golfer who doesn't make the tournament? A golfer with a handicap of 0? Or a golfer who averages 1 bogey per hole? What is a scratch golfer?
We get points for time.
What was C?
Golfer. Here, let me give you A, B, and C. A, B, C, and D. Golfer who misses the ball. A. Golfer who doesn't make the tournament. B. Golfer with a handicap of 0. C. Golfer who averages 1 bogey per hole. D. One bogey.
per hole. What?
One bogey per hole. That's it.
You don't get one.
Okay. What is a scratch golfer? Answer.
I'm just gonna guess the one answer to this. I'm probably wrong.
Answers. All four, you got the same answers, but unfortunately, you are correct. There you go. Question number 2.
Let's stick with golf.
Golf sucks. Basketball.
Mama McVeigh would get mad if
Here's a good one. Which of the following NFL coaches has the best playoff record in the NFL? Best playoff record. Answers. Jimmy Johnson, Bill Belichick, Chuck Noll,
Hey, that's a good one.
or Barry Switzer. Which of the following NFL
Now,
coaches?
You need to clarify. Win percentage.
Winning
most
percentage.
Wins, most wins. What?
Winning percentage. Hold on. As the it's based on it is based on winning percentage.
Winning percentage.
It is based on winning percentage. Which of the following NFL coaches has the best playoff record winning percentage wise? Jimmy Johnson, Bill Belichick, Chuck Noll, or Barry Switzer?
Man, I'm gonna have to go on a limb here.
And granted, this probably does not count this season.
Oh, this year.
I'm assuming.
Well,
I'm assuming.
None of them went to the postseason.
Just making you think. Okay. Here we go.
Yeah.
Answers.
You went with Switzer, didn't you?
Percentage. Not
Winning
most.
percentage.
Almost went
Jarvis, you're correct. Everybody else is correct except for Blair. Sorry, you got
Switzer only coached like.
You want to know what his record? 5-2 in the playoffs.
That's what I knew was on break.
And he has a 714 winning percentage.
I knew it had to be him because just
Him or Jimmy, but I was like, man, Jimmy lost the cup.
Yeah, Noel had all the 70s though, didn't he?
Yeah, well, he had 80s, and they lost. They made the playoffs and lost. They weren't good.
Well, this is good. This ought to be good. Here's a good one. Boxing.
Boxing.
Here we go. Boxing.
Boxing.
What North County girl? Oh, I'm sorry.
wow!
Oh!
They would have got that one right.
You like that one?
Wow!
There we go.
If you don't know,
You missed it. Go back and watch it earlier.
somewhere.
All right. What boxer holds the record for most career knockouts? What boxer holds the record for the most career knockouts? Answers. Willie Pep.
Who?
Willie Pep. P-E-P. Mike Tyson. Archie Moore. Or Sugar Ray Robinson. Which boxer holds the record for most career knockouts? Pep, Tyson, Moore, Robinson.
Do you have years? When was Pep? More.
Don't know. What's funny about this is it won't give me the answer.
I'd have to
Hold on, get out of the way. Out of the way.
Well, new question then?
It's not giving me an answer.
Uh-oh.
Well, I normally have to choose.
Broke it.
Okay, scratch that. Oh, no, I do have it. I do have it. Oh, there it is. Okay, Pep, Tyson, Moore, Robinson. Answer.
Oh, I'm trying to decide.
No. My gut tells me C.
I have no idea.
My gut tells me C.
Is that Tyson?
No.
Okay, answers. Jarvis, you are incorrect. Sorry. Riley Blair, you are incorrect.
You have. Oh, I had Sugar Ray Robinson.
We're all wrong.
You're all wrong. It's C. Archie Moore.
Well, you
Archie, and you want to know how many he
with
had?
your gun.
You want to know how many he had?
You'd have been in the lead.
Like I said, ask me when was he?
Doesn't have a year. Nicknamed the Mongoose, and then the Old Mongoose because he had 131 knockouts.
That's back when boxers boxed like every 2 weeks.
Right.
I was thinking high-end
There you go.
game, and he picked the
All right, where we at?
Question
Points.
4.
You got 1, 2,
I got 2.
1, 2, and 2, and 1.
I got 2 right.
2,
Yeah,
2,
here
2,
we
2,
go.
and 1. Okay. So Blair, you got a chance to tie if they get this all wrong.
That's why I'm gonna pick a different answer than all of them.
Okay, there you go.
Okay.
Unless it's something random.
Bold strategy there,
John
John.
Bull Bick.
See if it pays off.
It's gonna pay off on this one.
He's all about. Never mind.
I heard that one.
I'm going to go baseball. Here it is.
Yeah, that's good.
Talk about Mickey Mantle.
Who's he?
Who's he? What position did Mickey Mantle originally play in the minor leagues? What position did he play in the minor leagues? Answers. Catcher, shortstop, right field, or pitcher? What position did Mickey Mantle play in the minors originally? Catcher, shortstop, right field, pitcher.
I'm going this one.
Great stat here about
Mickey Mantle?
Mickey Mantle. Minor league position though. What did he originally play? Here we go. Answers.
Screw it.
Come on, Ray. One time.
Wow.
Come on, Ray. One time.
Wow. The answer is shortstop. Riley's tied with all of them. Whoop, 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 whoop.
You just said that out loud.
You just said that out loud.
Oh, that was
You ain't won nothing yet. You're just cracking the tie.
Coach Chris Miller makes a donation to
Swear jar.
Swear Jar.
Gummit.
Here's the fun
I
fact
was
about
wanting
this
to
whole
do.
thing.
I was wanting to go there too. That's what I was thinking.
Here's the fun fact. Originally played shortstop, but after making 102 errors
Wow, in the minors?
in his last 2 seasons in the minors, he was moved to the outfield.
Lots to say.
Smart play.
You're out.
All right, here we go.
Who's the winner of this one? I feel it.
Come on. Do I dare
No
do
Miller.
this?
No Miller. No Miller. No Miller. No. No.
Golf.
He knows he knows nothing about that.
It's so funny that you all try to gang up on her.
Yes, of course.
I mean, how many times you won this stupid thing?
About
We all need to
19
stop.
times.
Hey, we stopped the timeout tirade months ago. Can we stop this silly segment?
No doubt. I'm done with
Are you done?
Yes.
Come on, Blair.
For a couple months,
Come on,
we go back
Blair.
to timeout time.
There we go. There we go. 3 against 1.
What? As soon as one of you nerds wins it, now we can keep it up for a while.
Here, I'll just break this stupid thing and then
If I win, we're shutting it down.
Robin Miller will come.
Here it is. Here's the question.
I will be all over
This is
Facebook.
question 172 on an undisclosed website. Who was the first player ever drafted by the Carolina Panthers? Who was the first player ever drafted by the Carolina Panthers? Answers. Kerry Collins.
Terry or Carrie?
Kerry. Muhsin Muhammad, I should say. Steve Smith. Or Julius Peppers. Who was the first player ever drafted by the Carolina Panthers? Collins, Muhammad, Smith, or Peppers?
Whatever.
Whatever.
Gosh, I want to circle one, but I don't want to circle one.
Once again,
Here it is.
I think it's my gut.
Answers.
I won my gut.
What'd you do? Hey, what'd you put? What'd you put? What'd you put? What'd you put?
We have a tie. And the tie goes to Miller and Jarvis.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah!
You got a chance. You got a chance,
There
Jarvis.
you go. Sorry, you're out.
Sorry.
This has happened.
Hey.
How many times has this happened with me and him, though, and I always lose? So it don't matter.
Well,
Throw it out there.
Pick a basketball.
All right, quick.
What was
bowling
that?
pin? Set your bowling pin into there? Bowling trivia.
It's bowling trivia.
Party foul.
You know, if we didn't have the blue ball, we probably wouldn't have heard that.
Blue ball party trivia. Here we go. All right.
If your blue ball wasn't here, we wouldn't
Sorry.
know.
Oh, it's a famous
Oh, Lordy. All right. Should I go here?
Was it split all right?
Try to find a good one. Here we go.
Funny.
There's a rugby question. We could go there.
No, come on. Quickly, Ray, we're losing fans.
Okay, here we go. Here's a good one.
Everyone's running
Here's a good
away.
one. Here's a good one.
Nobody cares.
Who owns the NFL record for most sacks in one single game? Who owns the NFL record for most sacks in a single
I know you
game?
talk trash on me every week, but come on.
Answers.
Dude.
Answers. Von Miller. Derek Thomas. Reggie White.
Ooh, could be that one.
Or DeMarcus Ware. Ooh, it could be that one.
Yeah.
Miller, Thomas, White, or Ware.
Oh, he answered that
Answer.
quick. He answered that quick. Come on, Jarvis.
Answer.
Who was the Thomas one? It was Bruce, right? You said.
No, Derek Thomas, not Bruce Thomas. Bruce Thomas is the tournament, isn't it?
That's Bruce Smith you're thinking of.
Okay.
He's the all-time leading scorer in men's basketball at Hercules.
I know. Let's see here.
Why
I'm
can't
gonna
we
go
get
with
that?
him, but I don't
Why
think
can't
it's
we get
right.
something like-
Here we go. Answers.
What you got?
He has DeMarcus Ware.
Oh,
He is incorrect. And Miller has DT. He is correct.
Gosh,
And
dang it, I was gonna go there.
We're done. We're done. 3-1.
I was gonna
Retains.
circle it. Why didn't I just go with my first instinct?
Well, we got to give the Cranium Cup back to this guy to have for a couple months.
Yeah, sorry.
A couple more months.
We're
What
going
do
to
you
go on
mean?
to
Take a couple months.
timeout tirade.
I'm
next.
so sick of getting to that point.
Yeah.
And
I just
losing.
want to thank the Academy.
That's what it is.
My glorious fans who
Why did
hate
you
me.
That's like one of these.
first
Well, I didn't
instinct.
have a clue that I was going to win tonight, but prepared something anyway.
I want to thank Ray for giving me all the answers. You're so great.
You guys are watching me. I'm
I
not
know,
getting any
I know.
answers.
In the back of your mind, it's always
Here,
there.
I
All right.
throw
So
this in the floorboard of the
speaking
truck.
of controversy, let's do our controversial topic today.
The debatable topic.
Debatable. That's what we're going to say.
Debatable topic. Go ahead, Zach.
I don't.
Which one?
Well, you did win
Leave
trivia,
him
so you can try to pick.
Well, I don't know. Do we want to talk about?
Just jump in.
No. All
Jump in
right.
on your rant.
Okay.
If you want to.
Robot umpires. What do you think? Like it? Dislike it? Want to see it? Don't want to see it?
Takes away from the game.
How
So you
so?
want to see Angel Hernandez?
Yeah.
Be
You
an
want to
umpire.
see?
I
You want
would
to
be
see old
fine with
Cowboy
that.
Joe?
I would be fine
I
with
like
that.
Cowboy Joe.
No, I don't.
You want to see the umpire that threw out Eddie Marino and Dan Oliver?
Sure, I would love it.
You want to see
I
that?
guess technically that's on public forum, so
I would love it. The simple fact of the matter is, a robot takes away.
He just threw him under the bus.
Oh, Ray, back up.
It was on live. It was on live stream STL.
Oh, and they know,
Wait
and they
till
know
you
it
get your-
was. It was a home game for the Black Cats, and it was against Pius. I mean, obvious.
You only had a couple guesses, right? It was-
I would say, here's what I'll tell you about the robot. I think that the robot takes away from the game itself.
Why?
Because let's, for instance, go back to a simple robot is going to make a decision. What if that robot fails?
It's not, though. I think it's not.
Do you know? Have you seen it done and acted on and never made a mistake one time?
Every day on MLB when they
Technology
when they
works.
put the square. When they put the square on it.
100%.
That's all we're talking. We're not talking about making calls.
No, not actually
talking
having a
about
robot out there.
balls and strikes.
I know, balls and strikes, yes.
Yeah, I want that.
I still don't think it's right.
I want that.
Why?
You wait.
Why?
No, wait.
Wait, if you don't get your pitch, and you're the pitcher, you ever pitched before?
Oh, yeah.
I have.
Did you think this was a strike and they didn't call it? How'd you feel about it? Did you have a little potty fit out there?
Sure I did.
Get the hiccups, get all pissy about it? You know what? If you had robot umpire,
Hey,
it'd
guess
been ball or strike.
They
and
talk
one
about
jump.
speeding
But
up
guess
the
what?
game. They talk about speeding up the game. That's going to speed up the game.
Here's what I'll tell you, though.
Instead of having
And then maybe,
Strike!
hey, maybe this guy over here doesn't gripe about Matt Carpenter because he's on base more.
Maybe. But here's what I tell you. If I'm a pitcher, and I have the strike zone's lit just like this.
But it's not. They would call it the way it's a
shoebox.
They would call it the way it's meant to be called. Because once again,
it's never been meant to be called that
yes,
way.
Yes, it has. It's been meant to call from the knees up to the letters.
But has it ever been called that way consistently?
No, because of human. Because once
human
again,
error.
we're talking not human error, because of human. I'm going to do it my way. Angel Hernandez.
It's my interpretation.
Yes, exactly.
My perception of the strike zone might be different from someone else's.
Exactly.
So what you're trying to say is the robot is going to call it like he sees it.
He's going to call it the way it's meant to be called, consistent. All 32 teams.
It's not affected by bias.
Don't like
exactly.
It. Don't like it.
I
think it takes away from the game. I think it takes away from the game and the atmosphere and the whole concept of having. There's arguments going to be had. There's going to be.
It takes it away. It takes away arguments.
Wait,
why do you want to do that?
They talk about speeding up the
debatable topic.
You keep an umpire behind the plate still.
Yeah,
and you have it. It's electric.
You have replay now anyway, so why not?
Why would you need it behind to call out?
Because you still have to. You still have to. Yeah, still a call out.
Why do we call?
You got to call
Why do we
box
have
too.
third base coaches? Why do we have first base coaches?
A robot can't do
Your
that.
argument is now invalid.
Sure it can.
Your argument is now invalid.
Same concept. No, you don't have to have a coach out there to tell you what to do.
Well, I guess the Astros could have Apple Watches, so I guess you could do that.
But
hold on,
honestly,
time out. Hit and run. Okay, I get but it's not.
I just think
it speeds the game up. It speeds the game up. It's consistent. It doesn't matter where you're at, what league, what division. Everything is consistent.
It's consistent.
Let's put a robot out there and let him call a game of basketball.
That's different.
We're not comparing.
What's debatable? Come on, bring it in.
That's not debatable. That's
We're
dumb.
talking about balls and strikes.
Still don't
You
like
can't
it.
compare that to basketball.
How can an official call a foul if it's a block or a charge?
I just don't like it. And I know the whole point of this is we can't find officials across the board.
No, that has nothing to do with
And
can't find
every
officials.
fact,
But we watched tonight where there's a strike zone that was the shape of freaking Maryland. And you need a damn map to find it. Your ass couldn't find it because you can't even find Canada. And I'm telling you right now, those kids who pitched tonight, you were obviously frustrated because they didn't know where the hell they were throwing the ball to get a strike.
And the hitters.
And the hitters didn't know where the strike zone was. There was 3 times where a kid takes off thinking it's ball 4, and it's strike, and he pulls him back. The kid's halfway down the freaking line.
There was a time where he called a third strike, but it wasn't even the third strike today.
He punched the kid out on strike 2.
I know.
Well, robot is not doing that.
You don't know that.
It's not happening.
It could have a.
That's why you have the
I'm
umpire behind there.
Anything technology-wise, I can't stand it because I don't think
Do you have a gun?
Yes, you do.
Then it's technology. Get rid of it. Matter of fact, I need one, so I'll even paint it and get rid of the red.
Plenty of guns. What are you talking
whatever.
about?
Hey, I'm just telling you, if you got technology, then get rid of all that stuff. No. Don't play. I want a little bit of this. Apple Watch, Huddle Assist.
You have all that.
You guys sucker. Don't even talk about
I
it.
just don't like that. That's the making the difference.
Does it make a difference in your program?
sometimes.
Even
Sometimes
lower.
it makes me
Even lower.
Sometimes it makes me overanalyze.
No freaking way. No. Look, it's all good example
You
tonight.
can't call them balls and strikes consistently the same across the whole Major League of Baseball.
Does it not make the game better? Because now you know as a hitter what a strike is a strike, and now you can figure out what your zone is. As a pitcher, you can figure out where you can go, and yes, now you're not going
just
to
and professional.
Yes, that's what we're talking about. Just
Kevin Holly's got a great point here.
What?
Tell Riley that Twitter polls will call balls and strikes instead.
Even better.
Was that a ball? 15 minutes later.
We're going to go back to that third inning. We're going to call that a strike. Twitter says go for it.
Right.
I'm just saying. I think it'd be good.
That's my personal opinion.
I think it'd be good for baseball because of certain umpires that somehow still have their jobs.
Clean game.
And they're even the good ones, they miss calls.
I think you could incorporate that. I know we're talking apples and oranges. You can incorporate technology into football. You shouldn't have to worry about, is that a first down or is that not? Do we not have the technology where you
Put a
put
chip in the
something
ball.
into the football?
Put a chip in the
You know, you
football.
have the technology with the athletes. They wear and you got the heartbeat, and you got all this stuff. You mean somebody can't put that on the football or somewhere
Yeah.
in the field, and then it's got the laser.
I know
across
it can be done. I know
Automatic. The best example of this is in tennis.
Yes.
Because they have the technology that shows where the ball hit on the line. Is that
well?
John McEnroe wouldn't have a freaking problem.
Are you freaking serious?
You cannot be serious. Yeah, it's right there. Dude, shut up.
It's not fair.
I know that
You just want a reason to argue.
The
You just want a reason to argue.
I enjoy that.
No, I mean, even if you're the player, you just want a reason to argue. Not me. I don't care.
Absolutely.
I know the technology exists.
That's not a strike. You just called a strike. What are you blind?
Chris, I know the technology exists because like 2 years
what?
before the Rams left, working for the Rams, DV Sports was
One of
out there
Ray's many
working.
jobs.
It was. So what? But this is a cool deal.
One
And
of his many jobs.
so what? So check this out. They put these, and they use it for hockey now too. And they're going to start using this. It's going to go all the way down the line. Doesn't matter what sport you're using. They've got these like on their equipment. They've got these little just little tags that they put on. They're like little metal detector tag type deals. And DB Sports has the ability, if they leave the facility, people are going to know it. So I think it's kind of a security /
Gotcha.
So if you're worried about getting hot wings.
but so I know it exists.
Oh yeah, you put it on NBA players,
right?
They're supposed to be,
I know where you're going with that right
you
now.
cannot. I mean, can you imagine?
We already have it.
Imagine some of the players.
Yeah,
We already have it in
he took off his shoes because that's what was attracting him. And he came into the club without shoes on. You know, there's something fishy right here.
Check so they can see where you're at.
It's called Find My iPhone is what it's called.
Any piece of equipment that goes out of our office
Yes.
and goes into a
Tracking.
store has a little piece
Has
of
tracking.
knows where
A
it's
couple
at.
years now.
And if it's out of its tracking zone where we said it was going,
Right.
it sends a red flag up, and then we have to go and verify that it's there.
Right.
Low jack.
Yep.
All right. Debatable topic. Is it over?
Well, that's just one of them. We have all kinds of them here.
I think one more. I don't think we need to
Do
go
one
two.
more?
All three of them.
Okay, so let's go to the second one. I think until
Oh, by the way, fill out your form. Tell them
I
to fill
put it out there.
I see it.
Fill out the form. Dang it! I'm gonna try to give you something, and you don't even want to do it. Fill out the form. Anyway, so at the
Coach's Box.
yes,
on
like the
Facebook.
Coach's Box, share the video. Even though we're close to the end, people go back and watch it.
Absolutely.
Those of you guys who watch it and don't tell anybody,
Thank you.
thank you.
We're
We
coming
know
for
who
you.
Share it anyway.
Share it anyway. Just say, look at this stupid stuff, and share it. It's fine.
Look at these stupid.
Yeah. Arguing about robots in baseball. All right, so at the end of the UConn Baylor women's regional final.
Okay, I know nothing about this. Go
Okay, there was a play where UConn's up 1, correct?
Correct.
And Baylor, I can't remember the girl's name. She's going up for a shot, and 2 UConn players contest her. One of them looks like she blocks the shot. The other one looks like she got a lot of arm.
A lot of arm.
A lot of
one
arm.
One was like this.
Well, one of them
was
hit the
kinda
ball.
like- yeah.
The other one is kind of like this.
So it should have been a foul.
No call.
It's UConn.
I think
Ran over. Hey, it's UConn.
No, I mean the question is, at the end of games, do you think officials should swallow their whistle?
Why would you change the way you're calling a game at the end?
I think the only reason why that happens, if the game is close, they want to let the kids decide.
I agree.
I get why they want to do that.
So
But
if you
I
get
also
mauled-
believe that if it's an obvious
there was
100% foul.
I mean, it looked
then
pretty.
it's be called.
It was more egregious than the Virginia one, A to B. You know, A to B a couple years ago. I mean, that was.
And I think that the biggest thing, a lot of probably officials will tell you, they don't want to make a call at the end of a game.
I agree.
That is a big time controversial call. So I think if it's not 100% obvious, they're not. I mean, let's go back to your game.
Hold on, wasn't there one?
Which one?
Let's go back to your district championship game 2 years ago.
The kid double dribbled.
So my point, but it was 100% obvious.
Pretty damn obvious.
No, I don't know if it's 100% obvious.
I'm pretty
I think
sure
it
he
might have got
coughed the ball like 3 times.
But I mean, in my perspective, I would have
Janice
said
would disagree wherever the hell she is.
But I would have said that the ball got tipped out, and that's why he fouled it. So, but
Janice?
Was she from Steelville?
Yes.
Or wait, how do you say it?
Janice.
No,
Stillville.
not Janice.
Stillville.
Still.
Steelville.
But
Uh-oh.
Come correct me. I don't care.
I think the biggest thing about it is, I mean, you'll ask any official, they're not going to try to make a controversial call late in the game to decide the game that's not 100% obvious.
Didn't the one, wasn't there a March Madness game where a guy got fouled with less than a second left, and wasn't it the Texas Abilene Christian where they got fouled and made both free throws?
Yes,
Now, I didn't see that one. I don't know if it was an outright
Got a-
obvious foul or not. But
I got a post here from Ron Rhodes.
oh,
Here,
Coach
and here we
Rhodes
go,
tuning
Coach
in.
Rhodes. Gino is the real deal. Refs never decide the game. You as coaches should all know that.
That's what I said.
hold on.
There you go.
turn it. Let's see it.
What's your,
Foul?
here's your picture?
No
Okay.
foul.
Raise it up just a tick. Actually, you know what? Let me get that right there. There you go.
Hey, should we ask the audience?
Ask the audience.
You think
What do
that's a foul?
Well,
Hey, you gotta be louder. You can't just shake your head. Yes? What do you think? Is that a foul?
Yes.
Okay. And there, what's the other one say? You don't know anything about fouls.
2 of those 3 over there
Oh.
played for me, so they all have something to do about that.
Here's another one from Coach Rhodes.
Just saying.
It says, have you ever had a ref score points or make a steal to beat you? Come on, guys. Don't blame refs.
We're not blaming
We're not
refs.
blaming refs.
What we're saying is
that a foul or is that not a foul?
Does that happen? Does that happen? Do
Yeah.
officials swallow their whistle in late game situations because if it's not 100% obvious, they're going to let the game play
I
out?
don't know. Is that obvious?
Listen, I love UConn and I love Gino. That's a foul.
Well, I say that
That's
it's
a
a
foul.
foul, but I also want to say as a coach, has the ball left her hand?
Doesn't
Okay.
matter. She's in the act of shooting.
So, okay, so
Could be.
as much as I've
You
watched
bring the ball here.
college basketball, especially on the men's side, when a player goes up to shoot and you block the shot, you put your hand on the ball first. If they hit the ball first and then get armed, a lot of times they let it go because it's a blocked shot.
Correct.
Okay? If the one girl has her hand on the ball first and then the other girl comes in, are they still looking at the fact that the ball, you know what I'm saying?
Could be that for the first
but, with
impact.
it, but what would you call if?
I mean, I would call that a foul.
But well, okay,
But- and I-
you
and
say
I
that.
want
You
to
say
do
that.
kind of
You say that. But what happens if the second girl just shoves? Is that not a foul?
Well, that would be a foul.
But what? Then what's the difference? The player.
Okay, listen. I said that might be why. I'm not arguing for it.
No, I'm just
I
asking.
mean, Coach Rhodes says that the ref didn't call a foul. It's not a foul. I agree with that too. It's not the book.
Right.
The score is. I mean, it's their game to call. We don't have robot refs. Yeah, you know. But I'm just saying.
The whole topic is though, is it right? Is it wrong? Is it indifferent? Do you like it? Do you disagree with swallowing the whistle? Not.
I don't.
Just letting it play.
I don't. I think that the game is meant to be played. If it's a foul, it's a foul. If it's a walk, it's a walk. If it's a double dribble, it's a double dribble. It doesn't matter the fact of it. I think at the end of the game, though, and most officials will tell you this, it has to be blatant, obvious, or they're not calling.
Miss McVeigh says within 2 minutes you should review it.
In high school basketball, I would love that. College
Oh, I
basketball,
bet you
love
would like to have a review.
About 6 years
Instant
ago, I would
replay.
have loved a review.
What happened 6 years ago?
I might have beat us at the buzzer. And one of those young ladies over there was a senior that year.
No, guess who that was? Anywho's.
But I will tell you that I think that that's the big time thing about it is I just don't believe that officials will make that call unless it's a blatant obvious. And you can ask it. I'm sure there's plenty of officials watching our show right now will tell you it has to be blatant obvious.
I got Coach Rhodes. You just pulled him like completely out of the woodwork.
I love it. I love Coach Rhodes.
If you go back and look at scoreboard, or scorebook, I should say, it's probably marked as not a foul.
It is marked.
I mean, if they don't call it, if they do call it, it is a foul.
Right.
So it's just the end of game situations sometimes seem to be called different, like you said. Why are they called different? They should be called the same. So if someone two-hand shoves a kid, it should be called. If they don't, let them play it. If they don't call it, it is the way it is. We ain't gonna go back.
If they've been letting that go all night, then let it go.
I don't think they did.
But I'm just saying, that's the comment that we're trying to. I mean, even he's saying that. Coach Rhodes is saying that.
Me not being
It's
an
the same
official,
thing.
me not being an official ever. I'm going to ask this question though. Ever. But would you? But would you not rather have the integrity of saying, "Hey, look, I'm going to call like I see it, and if I think it's a foul within the first second or last second, I think I'm doing the game a disservice by swallowing the whistle." I'm just asking. I don't know.
I do believe that. I really believe that you say that.
But do myself a disservice.
But I don't think that the impact of the whole game.
You two
is
should
affected
never
off
sit
that
next
one.
to each other ever again.
I don't think the whole game is impacted off that one call.
I've been just thinking about the problem.
How many other calls was impacted in the before that?
Why isn't it calls? What about plays?
Free throw percentage.
Yeah.
Oh,
What
that's
about
what I'm saying.
turnovers?
That's a call. That's a play. That's an opportunity.
But it's in a very inconvenient time to have a no call. Or,
That's what I'm saying. That's why it's controversial.
Well,
this is why it's a debatable topic.
Here's the funny thing here. Here's the funny thing. Hey,
This has to do with refs, and I'm not saying it.
Oh, because we have so many great officials who watch our show anyway.
Yeah.
I'm sure we do.
Well,
And we disagree with them all the time. It's fine.
They know that. They disagree with us too. Trust me.
They tell us they watch our show and they disagree with the fact. Why are you on the show? You suck. No, But anyway, it is what it is. I mean, if they call,
I
they
hate
call.
even discussing.
So here's the deal.
I've heard from multiple of them, and they said that they love it.
Yeah.
That we're open enough to be able to talk about it
Right.
live.
Hey, it's
So here, check this out.
Check it.
Check this out.
check it.
So
Check.
at our very, very first show with Jim Powers, shameless plug. Okay, our very, very first
Plugged
show.
them enough during the baseball.
Our very,
Jeez, let's go.
our very, very first show with Jim.
No offense,
Listen,
Jim.
But listen, we talked about this completely after the show was over with. You had Josh Spool, you had the Whitfield coach, can't remember, Mike Slater, and you had an AD from Greg Cleveland from Eureka. Okay, they're talking to Jim, saying, "Listen, we want to put together a forum or some sort of deal where if we could easily, like get a hold of Misha and say, we want to sit down and either have a round table with you as coaches and officials or something, and it be something on a very level playing field." But they don't want to talk about that. And I'm just like, why would they not want to do that?
Because it's not going to change anything.
It's crazy.
It's not good. When we as coaches and we do our evals at the end of every game or whenever we decide to do that, you could put all worst ratings ever and write to Misha every game. It's not going to change.
No, they read them.
Okay, they can read them all they want. It's not going to change the fact that. It's not going to change the fact that anything would ever be done about it. Why? Because every year, what do they say, and what do you post, and what do you post? We're hurting for officials, and nothing's ever going to change, right? It's kind of like the liar, liar, right? You scratched my car. No, I didn't. It's the same thing, right?
I mean, you're unusually quiet.
He is. Come on,
Would you stop
Jarvis.
it?
I'm just not commenting on this subject.
We're not saying anything bad. We're just
It doesn't matter. It always gets construed that way.
All right, fine.
Here's our
who's the
this
Debbie
is
Downer
our
now?
this is our Jason Jarvis
Is it because you have the brown marker?
Extreme zoom.
It's the brown marker. It's the
You
curse
can
of the
zoom
brown
it all
marker.
you want. I just don't want to comment on it.
I don't think it's going to be that. It's not that big of an impact, but I just think, I would love to have an official come on the show and talk about that.
Maybe we can find one.
The reason why, the rationale.
If
and
you
we get it.
have they done that, knowing that the game was being played? They called that the same way all night long. I guarantee you, 99% of them are going to tell you that they made a call at the end of a game because that's the way they called it all night long, or they didn't call that because they let that go.
It could be
all
the
night
same
long.
thing in football. I mean, we see at high school football all the time, you know, whether it's linemen downfield, now that everybody does the RPOs, and how much cushion are you going to give them if it's 2 or 3 yards or whatever, and then if it's a late game, we've heard them say, well, if it's on the other side of the play, we're not going to make the call, or if they do. I mean, it's not relegated to just basketball.
I think
it's not
that-
relegated to just it's just.
I think
because
as
of that
coaches,
situation on national television.
and I'll speak for
we wanna
myself.
talk about it.
As coaches, and I'll speak for myself, I won't say that again. I think that the biggest thing about officials is consistency. And if a game's called consistent across the board from to start to finish, I would never have an argument. But the problem
Yes,
is,
you would.
No, I would not.
Yes, you would.
We just talked about balls and strikes. We just talked about balls and strikes.
Garbage.
I didn't say that it wasn't that, but I wouldn't argue with him.
I've seen you argue a call for the first 10 calls of a game.
Then I argued all night long.
Now he talks.
Because I've watched him do things.
And I've watched
that
him do the same
If
thing.
I would have done what he did,
But it's all point.
I would have got a T.
It's all valid point.
Maybe it's not what you say. Maybe it's how you say it.
Just saying. But I believe that's the biggest thing about it, consistency. If it was consistently called that all night long, then it's consistently called that at the end of the game.
Yeah.
And that's where I think that most officials are going to tell you that.
I've had that this year already in some baseball games. You know, where you had, which I really like, is when officials or umpires will talk to you and, hey, what do you think? What do you
Oh
see?
my gosh, I have
And
a
I've
great
had
story about it.
Well, and I had one say, well, hey, what do you think? Is the zone too low or is what? I said, it doesn't matter. You're consistent. You've established it in the first inning that you're going to call low strike, and you've been consistent to both teams, and you've been consistent all night. That's perfectly fine. I said, it's up to our guys to make those adjustments to that zone, which is perfectly fine because you're being consistent.
Okay, I went down to our game at Cape. It was
this is baseball.
Baseball, and an umpire, older umpire, but he did a pretty good job consistently all game. And we were, I don't know, second or third inning, and he goes, strike, and right after he said it, and I think our side was like, oh, I missed it, coach. I mean, he turned right to him and said, I missed it.
And that's awesome.
That's
awesome.
I was wrong.
Yeah. Sure.
I mean, it was blatant. Yeah. It was a ball. And he saw it and called a strike, and he knew as soon as he said, you can just tell he went. And I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe he just turned around and said,
You didn't see that tonight?
Here's the question of all questions.
Oh,
This is great. This is great. Here it is. Coach Rhodes. How many technical fouls have you coaches gotten in your careers?
Rhodes would know. I got one, and he was the only one that gave a daggum intentional call out of all three officials a couple years back. Yeah, he was the coach.
I haven't had any for 2 years in a row. I haven't had that many in my career.
Hold on.
You haven't had 9?
Hey, that's it.
8, 9?
I've
9
had 2.
technicals. Wow.
In my 15 years of coaching, I've had 9 technicals.
I got one on my first
throw
year.
Throw up how many technicals you've had total.
Take your sock. Take
I
your
think
shoes and
I think
socks
mine's
off.
4.
Okay.
I think.
I don't know.
He gave up. He quit.
Blair,
counting
how many?
records, yeah.
I don't know.
9 in your entire career.
Entire career, 15
I
years
don't
coaching.
Miller?
I really don't know.
You haven't put anything up yet.
I don't know.
Well, if you count my JV coaching career too, I never got one in a JV game ever, and so I got 4 in 17 years, something like that.
2 for you. $200 for milk.
But when we're off the air, I'm going to tell you a road story about what
Oh!
Because Crystal
I want him to answer that question.
Crystal girls played DeSoto
I remember.
girls,
I
and they
remember.
put time back on the clock.
I remember.
But hey, come
I
on.
remember that. Yeah.
How many? I would like to know how many Coach Rhodes has gotten in his career. College and high
too.
school.
College too.
I will tell the whole story once we're off air. I'm not going to do it on air. But
All right, well, we've got
I was an assistant coach, so I wasn't as upset as the head coach was.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got to get to our drawing.
Yep.
And we're gonna go ahead and
6 responses. Is that right?
yep, we
6.
got 6 people this time.
Here we go.
Hey, we're up one from last week.
Yeah, up 1. So we're gonna spin the wheel. Everybody's watching here.
Here.
Here
Turn
we
it
go.
around. Turn it around. Turn it around.
Carrie Davis.
Carrie Davis. All right.
Hey.
All right, so Carrie will be emailing you to get your address so we can mail you our gift certificate to the La Pachangas. You guys,
Thank you for
thank
playing.
you for playing. Thank you for watching. Make sure you guys watch next week. We'll have a different prize to give out. And food's good, always.
Always good.
Had some before we went on the air in between our freezing.
Yeah, no carb. I had no carbs.
All of us had no carbs over here.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did.
Sorry, Zach.
Forget you guys.
So what? Wait, you're down how many pounds?
27?
73.
What?
73 pounds.
Man.
Dang, I need to bring that picture back out.
No.
And I'm down 18, but I'm several weeks behind these two.
I'm like 3 months behind you.
Started November 4th.
Get away from me with that. Devil juju next to the gods.
I'm down 3 pounds, and I'm going to keep it off.
You got a hollow leg. I don't want to hear it. So,
You got something to talk about?
Yeah. Go ahead, Blair. You want to jump in on this?
Yeah, definitely. You can bring it up there, Ray.
Yep.
As the coaches box, we kind of talked a little bit about one of the things we wanted to try to do was give our local business owners, our local individuals, an opportunity to be able to sponsor our show, to put their name out there, to be a part of what we do, and more importantly, want to give back to our local businesses and give them an opportunity to maybe, for the people that watch our show week in, week out, or maybe not even week in, week out, just pick up and watch our show periodically. To see that our local community, we want to support them in business opportunities. So, we put together a little sponsorship opportunity package for you as local businesses or local individuals who want to sponsor the Coaches Box. With that, you can see on the screen there, we're going to have a sponsorship opportunity where you can sponsor the Cranium Cup Trivia.
I know you're really excited about it.
Wonderful Coach Miller here has won 20 times now.
Something like that.
20 times now.
Nobody cares.
No, more than that.
But
You care.
for $50, you can sponsor the Cranium Cup Trivia for 4 shows. That is 1 month of sponsoring the Cranium Cup Trivia for $50.
And
What does that break down to?
Basic.
Go ahead, Coach.
No, I was just saying. Basically, what we would do is, anytime we would talk about when we do Cranium Cup Trivia, we'd say the Cranium Cup brought to you by your business, and we would give a quick one-liner for your business, your advertisement, whatever slogan, and we'd read that off, and then obviously have the graphic of your business sponsoring the Cranium Cup. When we break down our segments, we have a $50 segment for each, $50 sponsorship for each segment, and it'll be pretty much the same way. Local sports highlights brought to you by your business name, and of course the segment, quick one-liner too, and that's worth 4 weeks of 4 weeks of sponsorship as well. And if you really want to go big and do the big dog thing, then you can actually be the exclusive sponsor of the Coaches Box, and that kind of gets you the pretty much, welcome to Coaches Box. Coaches Box is sponsored by this business, and it's going to be your graphic will be running on the screen as well. Plus, we'll be giving you a commercial if you want us to film it. We like to do commercials. except McVeigh. He doesn't like doing commercials for whatever reason. But we tend to like doing some commercials.
I might even go sleeveless.
Okay, listen.
So there we go.
If
Jarvis be your spokesperson.
If Jarvis is going sleeveless, somebody needs to jump on this and sponsor him. And that'll also get you. Okay, easy, Lou Frignell. That'll get you 4 weeks worth of sponsorship too. Dude, I want to hear this.
I don't know who it is.
It's the guy who played the original Incredible Hulk.
Man, I don't watch that crap.
It's never mind.
Oh my gosh! You've never seen the Incredible Hulk, the original?
Yeah, the green thing.
Yeah, man.
Anyway,
Go ahead.
Oh my gosh!
So with
Lordy.
that, if you're sponsoring the entire show, like I said, we'll give you a commercial. We'd love to give back to the local communities, and with this money, what we are going to do is basically every show we're going to go out to the local businesses, the local places, and buy gift certificates to give out on our show each week. And this is one of the reasons why we wanted to give back.
so the money's going to go directly back to business.
Yep. Correct.
So-
And that's the whole point of us trying to give back to our local businesses, or maybe even somebody like for La Pachanga tonight, like with our $15. What we're trying to do is buy a $15, give it out to somebody. They'll come in here, spend $15 plus, and then bring maybe their whole family. All of a sudden, they start coming here and gives an opportunity to give back to the local businesses. That's what it's all about. That's one of the reasons why we wanted to do this show, was to just give excitement back to our local community. And if this thing turns out really well, we'd love for this to be a big opportunity for our local schools in Jefferson County to be able to give a scholarship out to one boy and one girl from each Jefferson County school. So that's our ultimate goal with this, is to be able to utilize the $250 sponsorship for the whole show each month, put that back and make it at the end of the year, divide how much money we have, and that alone, just only that, to give out a scholarship out to one senior boy and one senior girl in Jefferson County.
That's our long-term goal. Plus, to do events, something like even a golf tournament we've talked about, something that we can do. And look,
Jarvis wants to golf.
Jarvis needs to golf at some point. But trust me, I have no idea. But this isn't anything that we do for money. None of this money goes in our pockets. This is like Blair says, it's to basically put back into the community, back into businesses, and try to support them. Everybody's had a tough time this last year, so that's what we want to do. And hopefully, if you know somebody who's interested, contact us. I'll be putting this on the Coach's Box Facebook page. We'll have a flyer. There's a form you can fill out if you're interested. You can email us if you have any questions. We want you guys to be a part of this, and we're not able to do this without the people who watch us every week. Even if you come on here and heckle us, hey, that's cool. We heckle each other. It's not a big deal. We love it. We love the interaction with our loyal fans. You know who you are. And the people who won't admit that they watch us, we know who you are, whether you like it or not.
Over 1,200 viewers a week, so...
Yeah.
I think there's some viewers in Perryville, too.
Yeah, for all you guys in Perry County, if you want to sponsor the show, too, we would gladly let you sponsor seconds of the show.
Man.
No, it's great. It's all in good fun. We have a lot of fun with those guys, whether they're coaches in Perry County or officials in Perry County. We watch. It's all good fun, and it's all about highlighting and trying to help the people who make this possible in our communities. So that's what we've been wanting to do. It might be a slow start, but if you know anybody who's interested, please have them contact us, put it out there to them, share this stuff.
Any businesses that you know,
Yep.
small mom and pop,
Yep.
or even if it's just the big corporations as well.
Anything to get either if it's your business or someone you know's name out there, and that way we can keep this thing going and we can give back to the businesses and eventually to some of these kids who they're looking for those kind of opportunities too.
The big thing about this, we've been able to be very fortunate to be able to do this show for over 1 year now, and we just enjoy being here every week and just having a little fun, being able to cut up with each other and just kind of let loose a little bit, as you say. But the most important thing is just like La Pachenga's is being able to give us there and host us here for so many weeks at zero cost. And to me, that's what it's about. The local businesses supporting the local people out here. They're supporting us. They know that we're all local. We frequently visit this place. Probably me more than others consistently. But
you got your name in the menu and your picture in the menu, so
But
you got a key to get in and out, right?
Maybe. But that's what it's all about. We want to give back to the local community. Our local community has taken a big hit in the last year, and if you can't say that and seen that, we know that it's an impact. It's been a huge impact for them, and so we just want to be able to give back, and like this is certain businesses like the YMCA. You give a free membership for a month, that maybe gets them enticed to come back there and to renew that, just stuff like that. Just trying to give back to our local community and to our loyal listeners or watchers, depending on which one they do. So, first of all, and last, I'll say that last, we want to say thank you to the 1,200 viewers on average every week that watch our show. I mean, right. It's, we never thought this would be possible in week one, almost a year and 1 week ago.
In the old basement.
Yes.
In the basement.
And we had probably, I think I look back at that, we had like 270 something people watch that night. And we thought that was amazing. And we've grown it over the weeks and over the year. And, it's not being possible by the people that have watched us, shared our show, talked about our show, talked about commented on our show and all those things. So we want to say thank you, and feel free to ask us any questions on this. Like I said, we'll post this out there in the next day or so to get it out to people, and we'd love to have you. Even if you're a sponsor for our show, we'll bring you on and let you talk during your segment. I think that would be an important thing for you to be able to talk about your business and to highlight your business. So we'd love to have you. If you have any questions, contact the four of us or Raven, and we'd love to make that happen, and good opportunity for our local community.
I agree.
You just posted something, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to, and all of a sudden my computer's glitchy.
It's posted.
It's all good. I'll fix it.
Yeah. So they posted this. If you see it in the
it's in the comments right now.
Comments there, you can check that out there. It's a Google Doc or a Google.
No, it's PDF.
It's PDF.
Yeah.
Okay. So give you a chance to fill all that out, and we might be able to put that on our website as well.
Pretty darn fancy.
You put it on your website as well too. So.
Yes, we will.
There you go. All right.
Get it on there.
All right. Well, Tyler is the winner again this week. God, here we go. Wow.
All right.
You gonna take us out of here, guys?
It's all you, my friend.
It's all you,
right.
man.
Adios.
Let me make sure I got the music running. There it is. It's running.
We'll turn the music on himself.
All right. It's a wrap.
They can't hear it, but I can. So there it is. Good wrap for all of us here at the Coach's Box. We'll be back here next week again. And
hopefully no blue ball.
No blue ball, hopefully, right? We'll let you know right on before we pop out here real quick. Jeff Coe, Diamondcast Baseball, Monday, April 5th at 4:30. We'll have a 4:15 pregame at Lee St. Vincent out at Perryville. We'll go down to Perry County, guys, and always a fun time to go down to Perry County. Right, guys?
Absolutely.
Not always a fun time.
Not always a fun time.
It is for us here at Livestream STL.
Great time to go down there and see this.
Well, it's here at Livestream STL. We'll see you next week. Have a great week. Be well.